Wow, it smells really nice in here.
Thanks, man.
Where do we go? I'm there? Yeah. You got the blanket set up, I see it.
Keep it on the brown, baby.
Keep this on the brown or keep myself on the brown?
Anything that's brown, okay? Brown and tray.
And tan is, kind of brown. Brownish. What? This.
Yeah.
It's tan. Brownish is like a show that would be coming out, right?
I think it's out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Dude, I have seen your podcast. I like your podcast, I want to say. It's actually very good. I want people to know I think it's very good.
Look at your camera.
Take Your Shoes Off is very good. Take Your Shoes Off is very good.
Use the second one.
Yeah, because the first one I averted my eyes. I get when I'm like being open and looking and telling the truth that sometimes you want to avert your eyes, you know? It's uncomfortable, right? You did it already?
No, still producer Rick. Just
all right.
Enjoy yourself. We'll jump cut it. I gotta focus it. We'll be around here. How's it going?
Yeah, your voice is louder than mine.
Yeah, it's a power play.
Yeah, I know, but it's too loud. You know, every time I'll just say this to the audience because you're not here, but every time I see the guests like waiting for you, it's always so fucking awkward. I'm always like, man, it's just got to be so awkward for them sitting there.
Well, how do you feel?
I feel fine, but I know I'm going to look fucking awkward. And isn't that good? What's the noise?
Living room. Glass break.
The slap did it. Cut the theme music.
Scoot doo, blabbity blue, scoop dee. Oh yeah!
Dude, let's go, huh?
All right. Yeah.
I got my purple socks on for you. They're very clean. Say something about that.
Oh yeah, those
Dodeds.
Those do look really clean.
They're clean. I don't even know if I've worn them before, because I know.
Have you washed them?
I don't know. I don't know if I've worn them before. If I wore them, then yes, I washed them.
You know, I have an interesting. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's loud, right?
Yeah.
I told you.
Should have listened.
That's okay. So the glass should just break, and then when the glass breaks, the glass breaks, and it's fine. And you don't have to have a woman be like, "Glass broke." You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
And that's the end of that. We don't even need to talk about it.
All right.
Oh, that sounds much better, dude.
Yeah. I love the way I sound in a microphone.
Yeah, I know. It brings out the fucking soda in your voice. It's nice.
This is the soda. I've never heard that saying.
I don't know. I don't know if it's something or not.
Did I ever tell you the story of the purple sheets? Do you want to hear it?
Okay. So I'd like to hear it, but I have a feeling I don't want to hear it. But go ahead.
You know, I actually have told this story once on the Daily Show, and
You winked and I saw it.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
So
what
it
you
means
do.
it's not true.
We're okay. We have time for this story?
Yeah, go ahead. If we don't have time, I'll just cut it out.
You'll leave it. A friend of mine, I was dating, and she was going to wash it with these purple sheets that I knew had never been washed before. And
No, but when you do it to camera,
That it's true. Like it's an inside joke. You already got inside jokes with the audience, and I don't know about
yeah,
it.
you don't know it. Oh,
Okay.
no, Chris, there's no inside jokes. But by the way, Chris, could I offer you any grapes? They're in the fridge.
Sure. Someone shoots me. Blood coming out.
Yeah. Well,
Animate it.
We could do it.
No, do it. I want my own.
Yeah.
I want no animation, dude. I want blood. That's blood. And in my finger. And I don't want it animated, dude. I do my own shit.
Then what's the blood?
My finger.
This episode is brought to you by thefreezepipe.com, one of my favorite sponsors Ricky has.
Dad is going to fill up his pipe, and we will show you a little bit more about how this stuff works later in the episode. But for now, visit thefreezepipe.com, code TYSO to get 10% off.
That's thefreezepipe.com.
Code TYSO for 10% off.
That's the freeze pipe.
No, we got it.
Okay.
Stop wondering if CBD is right for you. Try Next Evo's capsules, gummies, mints, and topical creams. And get 25% off your first order of $40 or more at nextevo.com with code TYSO. That's 25% at nextevo.com/TYSO.
I rewatched White Man Can't Jump.
I believe they're remaking it.
I know. And they're doing Jack Harlow. Let me tell you something about this guy, man. I watched him play. He can't play. Hey, I'm about to give a shout out to our boy Rick Glassman.
He Glass.
Glassman should have gotten the part.
I was
Rick
texting him last night.
Rick Glassman can hoop.
Did he audition?
He auditioned.
What?
You know what, though?
Pull up his form.
My jump shot sucks. Psych, that's like saying I ain't got $1 million. I got $1 million.
Professor.
I got $1 million nuts, got $1 million gives a fuck. You ain't passed the ball enough, eat my butt. You ain't checked the ball out, eat my butt. You shoot from too far, eat my butt. But you make it every time, no shit, slut. I am phenomenal. I got big balls. I got a cool guy haircut. I got...
Take your shoes off.
You know, you're from a different generation than me. You are. You're from
How old are you?
38 today.
Really?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
No, it's my. I'm just,
God damn
it's
it.
not
You
my
just did that on
birthday.
the Daily Show, huh?
No.
So I'm 42. So same generation.
Oh, well, not really. You're not a millennial.
I am. I'm the last one. 80.
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah. I don't really know.
But technically, like the way you live your life and the way I live my life, different generation.
You're saying because I have a son. I have a family.
You're just.
I didn't have a son when I was 38.
You didn't. Now, tell me how true this statement is.
Okay.
Okay. Having a son, it doesn't.
Two
just,
trains. Go ahead.
Doesn't it just change your life?
I know people say that kind of stuff. Like before I had my son, they're like, don't worry, it doesn't change your life at all. And so what'd you win that for? Well, I know you won it for, but what is it?
You don't know what I won it for.
You won it for the show, as we see it.
Yeah. It's HCA award.
And that stands for?
Hollywood Critics Association. Cut to a clip.
Thank you so much to the Hollywood Critics Association. Thank you, Amazon. Thank you, Lizzo. Say hi, Lizzo. She's probably watching right now. Say hi, Lizzo.
I got to work with these actors. Once they became part of it, it became really one of the most special experiences I've ever had doing this. And so I'm very, very lucky to be sharing the stage for them. You guys want to?
The show is very important to us. It's my understanding that Lizzo is watching tonight. And I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to invite her to come onto my podcast. So Lizzo, that's the Take Your Shoes Off podcast. It's more important now than ever.
Also, it's my understanding that Lizzo's watching. I'll say hi to her, and also if Harry Styles is watching, hello to you too.
Can I tell you a secret? If anyone is watching at home, Lizzo or anyone,
And we're back.
Norm Macdonald.
Clip of Norm.
I just wanted to say that my father loved dogs, and he loved the second annual HCA Award.
And we're back.
That was his son.
Who? Norm Macdonald's?
Yeah, he won the Best Special in the World award. It's the
Norm
second
Macdonald's son.
Norm Macdonald did, but you heard what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his special won the HCA award.
Oh. Did it really?
Yeah.
No, you're lying.
No. But his son accepted the award, or his family did.
Oh, that's sweet.
But his son said, he's like, my father always wanted to win a second annual HCA award. Because people haven't really heard of the thing,
So his son's funny too? That's cool.
Yeah. Do you think your son will be funny?
He said today he was he was eating watermelon, dude. He was eating watermelon, and he said, watermelon, as he's eating it, just wondering, because everything's new to a kid. I don't even know if he's had watermelon yet. He's 2.5. He's probably had it every now and then, but like, this is the first time I think he might have had an at-home cut watermelon. And he's eating the watermelon, and he eats it, and he says, watermelon comes out of my pee-pee. And he's right. But it was hilarious. But he's right.
Wow.
But too.
But what were you saying? You saying it did change your life or it didn't? Also,
in that respect, no, it didn't, because that's the kind of stuff I would think of anyway. But does it change?
Are you going to be competitive with him when he says funny stuff?
Dude, my watermelon comes out of my pee-pee too, dude.
Okay. My dad's that way when I make my mom laugh. I noticed it years ago. He's denied it because I don't think he's consciously aware. But when I make my mom laugh, he'll either look at me like that's not that funny, or he'll do something else.
Wait, but your dad's such a huge fan of yours, so why?
Of course.
No, yeah.
It's just with my mom I've noticed it.
Wow.
I think there's something that he loves making my mom laugh, and I've gotten to the point in my career now where I'm funnier than my fucking dad.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Point in your career.
Well,
Isn't
in
he a
life.
carpet salesman?
Yeah.
So
a great one, by the way.
Oh, he's great.
Shout out to Marshall Rug Gallery.
Yeah. So
If you're looking for just the right flooring, you need Choices.
And at Marshall Carpet One, you'll find thousands of choices.
And we're back.
No, but seriously, Dad.
By the way, here's a clip of my podcast.
Noises is your thing.
One of my things. Don't say that.
I don't mean that in a derogatory sense.
Say something good then.
I think some of the noises you make are pretty interesting.
Like this one. We're back. I'm giving your edit guy.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
dude, I don't care.
It's too expensive.
But then you won't do it, and you'll look like a dick.
I get when I make noises on podcasts.
Yeah.
And I've sent you some of these before. People will say fucking Dalia.
I hate that. We're friends, first of all, and we also like the same shit. I don't own noises. You know how many people
Clip it.
But by the way, you know how
Also a montage of
you know what though? So many people send me your family clips or like, this is your family. We're just alike, bro.
our parents, our dads have similar hair at the least.
Mm-hmm.
But for someone who doesn't own noises, you're the only guest I've ever had on that actually set off my alarm from their noises.
That's pretty cool.
People, but yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it.
Don't love what?
I don't love when people tell me it. That
Yeah, but
they say either you or I'm Dane Cook. I don't love it.
But people just say everything, right?
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
What I don't like,
You don't want to be compared, yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, of course you don't. Unless it's if somebody said, "Yo, you're a lot like Jesus Christ," how would you feel about that?
I would like that.
Okay,
He's not a comic.
Anyone under that? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
I think it's that. I think it's less about being compared. Maybe it's that,
Jesus.
but more about I don't want people to think I'm taking something.
Oh, but you're not.
The way that Jesus took our sins.
But you're not taking something.
I know.
So then who cares?
Let's move on. I just felt the need to acknowledge it because
Jesus was pretty funny.
Jesus was really funny. People don't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they don't know that.
Do you know that when he came back a few days later, he was actually doing that on purpose to it was like the original Punk'd.
What? When
When he came back. Yeah.
What's the fucking? I wish I knew the Punk theme song. I would do a whole thing and then make the noises and shit.
Do it.
I don't know it. I only know the Jackass one. That's what came to mind. Jesus is like, the feet. You know, they took out the hands first. Is that bad? I'm going to hell.
Today on Punk'd, we've got Jesus. Holy fucking Christ. He's going to do so many fucked up things. We pretend to fucking kill a whole race. Jesus goes nuts. We pretend to kill a whole race of people.
So what's up, man? Is everything okay with you?
Well, I think having a kid changes your life. I think that having a kid changes your life. I think that it changes your life in a good way. And people say that kids can't change your kids. You can't, like, my son's an angel on earth, bro.
Finish what you were saying though. What did they say?
People
kids
say
can't what?
Kids can't. I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say. Sometimes you just talk, you know, and then you're like, well, fuck. What am I saying?
Yeah.
I guess that was that moment. But I love being a dad. Whoops.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. And my son's awesome. And he's so great. And my parents are like, yo, he's not an asshole. Like, this sucks, you son of a bitch. You know what I mean?
Were you an asshole at 2.5?
No, I mean, all babies are, you know? I was. Probably.
I wasn't.
How do you know? I bet you, well, hold on. You weren't?
No. My mom has told me that she took me to the doctor because I was smiling too much and she thought something was wrong.
Wow, dude, that's creepy. So you were creepy as shit. You smile too much, you're creepy as shit.
I have autism.
What are you going to do?
Canceled.
What are you going to do? Cancel me?
Do you feel a sense of, has something, I'm being like honest, has something come up for you ever? I'm sure there's some negative parts to this for you.
Nothing.
Nothing? Is there something where you do really feel like, well, what? Do you feel like you're like, if you're outside playing and you're in the mud, you're already dirty, so you keep playing. Is there something with that?
Today on Punk'd, Chris D'Elia's out in the mud all dirty. And we kill a whole race of people.
Bro, real life is excellent.
Yeah.
Real life is excellent. It's beautiful, man.
What do you get to do though now outside of stand up and podcasting?
Be a dad. I get to be a dad, podcast, stand up, and be a husband and fucking, it's really, you know, just realigning yourself and like understanding what's important, you know. It's necessary. And you know, you got to do it. And
you got to do what?
You got to realize what's important in life. Cuz I think that
Did you not know what was important in life?
No.
Really? You had no idea and now you know?
I thought it was, but
what is it?
Like I thought I knew what was important in life.
What did you think what was
Well,
important?
I never stopped to think about what's important in life. I would just be like, get more money, more fame, whatever the fuck it was. And that's just, and people would be like, that's not what life's about. And I would be like, all right. You know what I mean? I mean, you know me and you've known me.
Yeah, because you think they thought, did you think they were lying to you? Or did you think that because they didn't have the money coming in the way you did, they didn't get it?
Both, you know, either. Because like, but now I realize like just being, dude, I don't know, man, having a son fucking changed my life, man. And like, you know, it's just, you'll see when you have kids, if that ever happens, hurry it up. But it's like, you know, you are living now. There's what was the fucking thing where it said, I think it was some stupid TV show that was like having a kid is like watching your heart outside of your body, or your heart's outside your body now. And now I just like,
is it kind of like, and I don't want to make a joke out of this, but I do understand physiologically our testicles are outside of our body because we don't want them to be too hot in the body.
Yeah. So it's not like that at all, but it's
kind of like that. It's outside of your body to protect it. And you have to take care of your balls.
Yeah, but it's not on you. It's not like Quato, like it's from fucking Total Recall. Okay. So, so it's like my son is now not on me. He's somewhere else. He's at home.
Right.
And he's playing the drums, dude. We got him a little bit of we got him a little drum set, and
I saw on Do you remember the beginning of the drum?
No, but I know Arabian Nights, but I don't know the beginning.
Okay, we'll watch this. I want to play this.
I know how it goes. Arabian Nights. Doesn't it do that?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Is that good? I did it good.
This is your kid. Right? Now listen to the beginning of Arabian Nights. How good of a pull is this?
Okay. Oh, that was actually my son.
That was your son.
Okay. Dude, you grew up on that shit, and so now when you hear it, you're just like, oh, that was...
I haven't heard that in years.
Arabian Nights.
You look like Jafar.
Yeah.
Have you gotten that?
Careful now. Is he handsome? Arabian Nights, Arabian Nights. I don't know the second part.
It's Arabian Nights.
That was bad. So it was good.
I know.
Yeah.
Arabian Nights is Arabian moons. More often than not, it's hotter than hot. It's
good. But what you're doing is you're using your head to sing, not your diaphragm.
Because I started in your key. Arabian.
Hey, look at me. Not you're going like this. So go. Arabian Nights. See, you're using your head. Arabian Nights.
Is this gonna get a flag?
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop.
That doesn't work.
Where I come from, a land from a faraway place, where the caravan camels roam. Where they It used to be where they cut off your ears if they don't like your face. And
that's
then
what they would say that?
And people complain in the original movie when it came out, where they cut off your hands if they don't like your face. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home.
So what is it now?
I don't even know.
They don't cut off your hands.
Where it's flat and immense and the heat is intense. It's barbaric, but hey.
They kept that part.
That's stupid.
Well, hey man, people don't realize this, but
they did do that though, back in Aladdin land.
Do you think if that happened today, Robin Williams would have been canceled?
What happened?
Well, that was kind of a miniature cancellation. Robin Williams said where they cut off your ears if they don't like your face. Okay. And that is, I don't know if that's Islamic phobic or whatever. Where does Arabian Nights take place?
Oh, bro. You're asking the wrong person.
We got Crystalia on for the exclusive.
I can't remember the punk song you did. Would have done it. Called it back, but I don't remember because I'm getting older. Dude, I sing to, well, whatever. I sing to my family.
Thanks for coming over, dude.
No problem. Dude, I feel like you just got to go, and do your job. Like I know I didn't want to do my job for a while because I was just like in a bad place. And then now I had to force myself to go on stage to show my son that you can bounce back, you know?
That's going to have to be a conversation, you think, at some point with your son?
Well, I don't know. Shit changes so much. Who knows?
You never thought about that?
Well, yeah, of course. But I mean, who knows? I try to just deal with shit as it comes, try not to suppose anything.
But when you say you want to show your son that you have to keep going, this is that.
I guess so, yeah. I
mean, like,
mean,
really, this isn't, and I'm not meaning to project anything. I just but I obviously am. I want to show my son that you have to blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But like, what about the selfish personal side of that? Like, also you want to do this, right? I mean,
I don't know.
The son can't be complete motivation. Is that a motivation? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Your question makes sense. I don't know. It took a while for me to have fun on stage again. And then I started having fun on stage again. And it's just different now. My priorities are different, dude. Like, my priority was always get on stage, make people laugh. That's what I thought was most important. I told that to Kristen. I told that to her. And she was like, I get it. And it's just not anymore, man. I mean, it's not. I'll go on stage, but that's not what's most important. What's most important is my family. What's most important is, you know, my friends, the people that I am tight with, that are ride or die. You know, I want to be that way for them, and I want to be that way for my family. And that's what's most important.
I want to talk more about what was most important and better understand. Making people laugh. I did a podcast with, I think it was Funches. It was a while ago. And he said, why do you do stand-up? And I said the honest thing, which was, I want to feel special. That's why I got into it. I want to feel special. And he laughs. And I didn't realize that was a funny, selfish answer until he said he wants to make people feel good. Whether or not that's the priority, I find that to be, and this is like maybe a flaw in my character. No, I want people to feel good, but I'm not going to do everything I'm doing if it doesn't also bring me something.
Yeah, sure. I understand that. Yeah.
So making people laugh, what did that bring you that was a priority that it's not anymore?
Fuck, I don't know. I suppose it made me feel special. You know, I suppose it made me feel special. I suppose I like the attention. I liked the attention I got from people, you know, and you know, my dad said when I was coming up, he was like, be careful you don't start resenting people, because all of a sudden they're going to love you and they don't know you.
Could you tell me what that means? I don't get it.
Well, like, they don't know you, and then you get famous, and then they're going to love you, but they don't love you.
So how does that, what's the resentment?
Because of being like, well, you don't know me, and I'm this person.
So basically not trusting people in a way. Like, you think you like me.
Well, no, but it's true, though. They don't know me. Right. They just know my stand-up. And he's like, I've seen it happen to people, because, you know, he's in the business, and he's like, you know, don't let that resentment happen. And it did, dude. I like, fuck. I thought I liked it, but that's not real. That's not real. And this whole thing, this shift of, you know, life's a struggle. It's up and down, but I do have what's important, and I have to try and take care of that. And that's what's more important than making people laugh, because I don't need to feel special from people paying to see me. It's nice and it feels good. I can't lie about that. But what's special to me is, 4 years ago, if I heard drums anywhere in my neighborhood, I would be absolutely furious. And now I hear them in my house, and my 2.5-year-old is playing it. And it's not just that it's not annoying, it's that I love that noise. And that's what's important. So, I don't know, man. Life's about growth, and it's about change. And you have to keep changing, because if you don't, then it's a death of some sort. And it's a struggle, and you just have to keep going. You know, a lot of people write to me now that, you know, they've been in a tough place or they're in a tough place, and, you know, they're in a dark time. And, you know, they listen to comedy, not just me, but like podcasts, and they tell me that it helps, and I get it now. I never thought about it that way. I was always like, yeah, but life's fun. You go to comedy to escape shit, but I'm not escaping shit, dude. All I'm doing is is traveling the world. Everyone loves me, and I'm being famous, and people give me shit.
Do you think you were escaping shit now?
Yeah, I think I was.
What?
The feeling of loneliness, the feeling of depression, the feeling of that's it. It's just hard to cope, man. You know, all I ever wanted to do was make people laugh. You know, that's it.
A lot of people who feel lonely. I would understand that because they don't have friends or they don't have the things that they want interpersonally. You're very close with your parents, with your brother. You have a lot of friends. How would you explain what that loneliness that you were trying to escape is, even though you're around people?
I always say, and I never really understood what this meant, but I would say it and I kind of knew what it meant, and now I really know what it means. But like, you're not who you, in a way, you're who you are in your head. You're not who you are or who you seem to be. You're not who you are to other people. You are who you are in your head. And I used to think, you know, look, I'm this 6'2" dude who has cool hair. I go on stage, people are gonna be like, fucking all right, bro. Because comedy stereotypically has been about the outcast, and I realize I don't really look like that, but I always felt that way. But so you are who you are in your head, and I was like, I'm not gonna let these motherfuckers tell me how I feel. I'm funny, fuck you. And
how were they telling? What did you think they were projecting? Just that you're not an outcast?
I think some of them were, but I think it was in my head anyway. I think that people would like, you know,
what, fuck this guy, he's not.
Yeah, what? I would see, you know, afterwards the show, somebody would, a guy's girl would come up and be like, oh my God, you're my favorite, you're so funny. And the dude was like, all right, babe. You know what I mean? Like that shit. And I'm just like, this guy just fucking, he's mad at me because I look like the guy that fucking, you know what I mean? Like I look like a guy in her past or some shit.
Okay.
You know? And so, but I never.
What is that? How does that?
What I'm saying is, you are who you are in your head. And I feel like even though I have a great family and I have all these, you know, I have friends, fewer than I thought, but I always felt this like sadness, you know? And I don't know why. You know, I'm working it out in therapy. I'm in therapy all the time, but it's tough, you know. I don't know why.
I always felt that on you.
Yeah, I know you did. I think that's why we got along. I think that, you know, we've always kind of got along, and like I've always liked you, and I've always thought of you as kind of this like special person. And I wonder if that's why. I don't know.
I always felt like that. I always felt like we got along.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was more than that. I didn't think it was less than that.
Yeah.
I always felt like we got along. I also always felt that my understanding of who you are interpersonally, I was conscious of is just from what I've experienced. So I cast you as this thing that I see you as, because I don't see you as when you're not around me.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people have different versions of themselves. I only know of two of you, which feels like not a lot, which is either the funniest guy ever and just fucking boom, 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 or in your phone, not really present.
Not present, yeah.
And I thought about that with the podcast. I wasn't concerned about this at all, but it was definitely a thought like, every interaction I've ever had with you is just joke, or just kind of like we're both in the same room. And I felt like by a long form conversation like this, there's no way it could be either of those the whole time.
Yeah.
So like, I'm like, this might be the first long conversation. But the thing that I always thought that while you were this, like in your phone, was something that is psychologically maybe similar to me, that if I'm not engaged, if I'm not laughing and playing, I check out constantly.
Yeah, I know. It's a real tough thing. And I think that in a way is running from shit, because like I just don't want to sit and think about how I feel, bro. I try to, but like I would never listen to music, and I don't listen to music because I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel in my thoughts. I want, I don't do drugs, and I want to be stimulated in a way, and I want to be not feeling that lonely part and that depression that would rear its head sometimes. And that I could get that with fucking with you and having a good time, being on set, doing stand-up is that, working out is that. There are things that are like that.
Was it that way before all that? Like, were you conscious that you didn't want to be in your head, or were you just running?
Yes, but I thought that I was doing it right. I was like, I'm in my head, but who fucking cares? I figured it out. I figured out a hack code.
Because you're successful.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Do you, now that you have new priorities, do you still connect with not wanting to sit by yourself? Is it hard to go to bed at night?
No. Is it hard to sit by myself? I suppose. I suppose sometimes, yeah. I suppose sometimes, yeah. Is it for you?
Mm-hmm. I do it though. It's been a conscious choice. Like the past few years, at least, I've become more aware of myself, and I've said on this podcast before, but I feel like answers are relatively easy. Questions are very hard. If you know what to ask, you could find an answer or get close to it. So I have found a little bit of comfort in when I'm uncomfortable in a way that I don't understand, kind of sitting in it like almost not a puzzle, but like, why do I fucking feel like this? And I could get an answer a lot of the time, and I have gotten a lot of answers, and I think that has helped me a lot. When I can't get answers, and I can't get answers still often, it's very, very uncomfortable. And I'll sometimes literally throw my phone. I don't throw many of my things. I'll literally throw my phone because I need to not be, and I don't know what that is. I don't think it's a loneliness feeling. I do think it's a depression. But I used to not. I would stay on the couch until 5, 6 in the morning until I fall asleep. Like I couldn't go to bed.
That's OCD?
No, that's not wanting. That's being afraid of just going to sleep. I've always thought it's just the weirdest thing. I'm gonna go in bed now and just be like, take me away
and wait. Yeah,
wait, like take me away, subconscious.
Yeah, it's weird.
OCD made you get up all the time. I remember you told me that, like when we first met.
Yeah, OCD made me get up and do stand up all the time. Yeah.
Why do you think? I mean, this is such you're not gonna be able to answer this. Why are you so funny?
First of all, thanks, but I just feel like I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with trying to connect things like other things and why it's funny. I would always, when I was a kid, make jokes, and then later on I would ask, why did you think that was funny?
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
And then I would I guess I was in a way storing that. Yeah, you still do that. Yeah, you do that. And I feel like I guess I'm using it for future jokes. Like I do sometimes think like, ooh, that's good to remember for that, if that ever arises. Like people say crowd work, like people are like, oh, you're good at crowd work. It's like, yeah, I've done a version of this a million times. I've been with the guy with this weird shirt on. I've been with a dude that's the fifth wheel. I've seen the fucking, the guy with no feet in the front. You know what I mean? Like I've just
no feet.
Yeah.
Guys have no feet? Is that a real thing?
Some guys have no feet.
And you have a no feet bit? And then
I don't know, but I've had a version of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's a version of that I can connect with something else in my life that I've had that I can make a joke of.
Can I hear you do something? If you see a guy with no feet?
No, and I'll tell you why. Because if it happens, I need it to seem off the cuff.
Right.
So I don't want to blow it on your fucking podcast. No offense, I love it.
Off the cuff actually sounds like a somebody who maybe had no hands.
Yeah, or feet. You can get your cuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a joke there, but now I'll never do a joke with a guy with no feet because I've burned my material on your podcast.
How much of what you're saying is true? That's what you just said. How much of that is true? Are you completely
I'll
joking?
Never do a joke about that. You're saying what?
Yeah.
What? How much? Yeah. No, I would have to. I would never make fun of a guy with no feet.
No. Forget what the subject
On
matter
stage,
is.
yeah.
But the fact that we're talking about this thing, you've revealed that it's not really off the cuff. Would that really stop you from doing it on stage?
Doing what on stage?
Whatever the joke might be. You just said, I'll never do that joke.
Yes.
Do you feel that if you burn something on a podcast?
Oh, no. Who gives a fuck? You? Why? It's a different audience. And it's still you.
I do it now.
Oh.
I have to. It's hard. I don't do it enough. I feel like I'm lying.
Yeah, you got to get over that.
I hate it. You know, I've talked to probably 5-8 times. Some version of this has come up on a podcast, and the comedian opposite me always said you got to. And I would ask questions. It's just not going to happen. That's just not. I'm not.
You're not going to feel that way.
I'm not going to feel that way.
Yeah, but you got to do it though.
I don't know.
So you want to, but you do stand up, and it's always different.
There's always something different. Yeah. It's got to be.
But that's good.
I have to be in the audience. I don't want to get into it now because I've talked about it on the podcast, and even now I feel like you talk about it too much.
Sure.
But when you talked about how you would store stuff, I do that, and because it's so obsessive, and I'm thinking about it all the time and asking questions about all of it, I had to let myself step away, and by stepping away, I kind of don't do it anymore. Because I trust that if I experience something, it'll be stored in the back of my head and I don't have to do any work.
Yeah.
Do you connect to that?
Yeah, I do that.
I think that's a superpower.
Yeah. Well, okay. If they're in the world of real world, that I could understand how you would think that's a superpower.
Real world.
Because if it was Marvel, we'd be the worst superheroes.
Right.
Yeah.
Superpower for like somebody who's
but
trying to be
but I know
funny.
what's funny.
It just does like he dies, just just like a really over the top death.
This reminds me of a time.
So I'm going to show you how my freeze pipe works. Comes in a really nice box.
Now you keep the pipe in the freezer though.
I always keep my pipe in the freezer, so I'm always ready.
It's also worth noting that I have worked with the freeze pipe already. We'll show a clip.
Lean on me when you're alone.
And I'll be your friend. I'll help you.
Carry on me.
My voice is gone.
You guys, I am so stoned.
I used this pipe before they were your sponsor.
That's right.
Okay?
So you're a believer.
I'm a believer because...
Are you a believer?
I'm a believer and a believer. The principle behind the freeze pipe is that it has this coil that when the smoke goes through, you get a very, very mild toke.
Well, let's see.
All right. I filled my bowl. I place it in my freeze pipe. Lighter.
Don't blow into the mic, please. Ooh, I just got to chill.
No cough because freeze pipe. For all you people that have harsh hits and don't like it because it's scratchy, get this freeze pipe and it's like smoking air. I really, really give you my personal endorsement.
Everybody who's used this has really endorsed it.
Freeze pipe, I'm telling you right now, thefreezepipe.com. See, you couldn't do that before freeze pipe.
Go to thefreezepipe.com and use code
TYSO.
a little high.
Yeah, I took a couple of tokes there.
TYSO for 10% off. That's thefreezepipe.com code
TYSO, and it has my personal endorsement.
All right.
All right.
For 10% off.
10% off.
This episode is also brought to you by Next Evo. Hi, I'm Rick Glassman from the Take Your Shoes Off podcast. And if you know me, you know I'm anxious all the time. I do take this CBD and it calms me down. They have gummies and mints. For whatever reason, I like taking the pills because it feels like I'm taking a pill. That being said, people like gummies, you get the gummies. Next Evo Naturals is developed with Smart Sorb technology, which is clinically proven to help your body absorb CBD 4 times better than regular CBD oil. Yeah, it gets into your system in as little as 10 minutes. This does work quick. Also, it's vegan, GMO-free, gluten-free, THC-free capsules and gummies derived from 100% U.S.-grown hemp. I guess I would call it the opposite of coffee. It doesn't make me tired. You take it and you just want to just chill out. It's like you take it and then someone says, "Hey, you fucking prick." And then when you're calm, you just go like, What's up, man? What's up, man? Stop wondering if CBD is right for you. Try Next Evo Naturals capsules, gummies, mints, and topical creams. Clinically proven to be better absorbed by your body. Get 25% off your first order of $40 or more at nextevo.com with promo code TYSO. That's 25% off at nextevo.com, promo code TYSO. How important is funny in your relationships, the other person? Friendships.
I think it's a way to connect. I think it's a way to like be on the level. If you, it's like we connect off jokes. I mean, you've met boring fuckers, unless they're like boring in an entertaining way. Like I love boring people. But they've got to have something interesting about their boringness. Like people who are just like, wow, this is cool. You walk into a place and they're like, this is a cool cafe. I'm like, what, bro?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're bringing to the table? I see it. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, say other stuff. Be a boring guy and be like, wow, work's really getting to me because this guy came in. And then I'm like, I'm all in, dude. If this is a story about you, but it's boring, but I'm in. Be an interesting, boring fuck. But there are people, my point is, that are just not on the wavelength, the funny wavelength, right? That get this shit. And not on the interesting, wow, look at this person like they're an exhibit or in a museum. There's people in between that are just like, what'd you have to eat for dinner last night? And you're like, chicken. Now what? You know what I mean? And they don't got shit.
I got to say, this is me being defensive of this because I talk about that.
What?
This is what I talk, that just when you have to, in order to not be a mean person, you have to engage with people like that. And I've been talking about on stage how you have to be like, that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's because I'm a comedian and I've been lucky to be around funny people. I can't be friends. I can't do it. I can't go. I say no to dinners.
Yeah.
I won't go to places.
Yeah. It's
I zone out.
Yeah, I know. I've been there. I'm not there really anymore. Like I try to engage, and like I said, a shift of what's important is it's hard though, man, because like I know that you've got your shit that you're wrapped up in your head, but and yeah, of course, ultimately what people think of you, it doesn't matter as long as you know yourself. But these people that love you are important, and showing up is something, and finding the interest in that is, I think, important in life. Like I used to say no to dinners and I used to say no to parties and shit. And, COVID happened and everything. So it's like, there wasn't much of that going on, but like this podcast, bro, like I love you, man. And like, I've known you for a long time and I've always wanted to kind of do your podcast. And I was like, you know what, dude, fucking, I should do it because like you're important to me, and I know you've asked me, and you're my friend, and like I don't think it's right to not be like that. I don't think it's right, and so here I am, and I don't deserve a fucking a cookie for that, but like that's how you should be. I think that's how I should be, and I think that it's kind of it's easy, especially in Hollywood, dude, like, to just kind of get wrapped up in your own shit and be like, I don't have to go. And you don't have to go, dude. You don't have to go. Especially if you're on a TV show. People are still going to like you. But it's not about, because they're going to be like, oh, look at that fucking award. Who cares if you don't go to the dinner? They're going to be like, oh, he's got the award, But it's like, it's not about being liked. It's about being, dude, I used to think that, so I used to watch movies and think,
I know this is rude. Keep talking. I could hear you. I have to fill up my coffee.
Okay.
Could you
keep talking? Yeah?
Yeah.
No, I want to wait till you're back in the seat. Do you need anything? I want to look in your eyes. No. In the meantime, Arabian Nights.
You guys want to do like a Rick Glassman snap, and we'll just go to the
Okay,
interview?
so here we go. And thanks for sticking with us. Here's that combo we were talking about.
So Jewish, how you looking? So Jewish. Maybe take that part out, but I don't really care, honestly.
Sleep Jewish. You can keep it in though, but
I
just
don't
put
even
the
give a
bleep.
fuck. So, but like
you said, it's not about being liked.
It's not about being liked. So I used to see movies, and I used to see like. I did this in my act on Man on Fire. And the whole thing is about everyone watches the movie Man on Fire with Denzel Washington, and they think, fuck yeah, that's me, dude. If the shit was going down, I'm Denzel. And that's why you watch a movie, because you watch the movie and you think, oh, I identify with that character. And I thought that just because I liked what the character was doing in the movie, that meant I was a good person. Do you know what I mean? But I realized I don't have integrity just because that guy has integrity. And I'm like, fuck yeah, go get the bad guys. You gotta be that way. And I'm not saying you don't have to fucking fight the bad guys, but showing up to dinner.
I do.
That's why I love you, right?
You have seen me, because people might think I'm joking. You've seen me like step up for people who are in trouble and get in fights and protect people.
Yeah, on the street. But I feel like that is in our version of showing up to dinner. That's what that is. Do you know what I mean? Because we're not fucking Denzel. We're some bitch ass comics. And we're friends. You're a bitch ass comic.
I have a stomachache, and I know that's bad timing, but I am a tough guy.
Okay. Oh no, dude, no! Catch it with mine.
It doesn't feel as good when it's happening to me.
You're right.
Now we're both crying out here.
I know. Yeah. So am I covered in shit now?
We'll be right back after word from our sponsors.
And we promise, with more than 50 years as a family-owned business, we've got you covered.
I tried to catch it with my ass.
Tom, who does the animations, does such a good job. Shout out to Tom. And check out his YouTube channel, by the way, LT something. I'll put it up. Sorry, dude, I don't remember.
Wow.
LT_Tom.
Huh? How about you show up?
LT_Tom.
Honestly, the animation is amazing.
But he hates doing the shit because there's so much movement with it.
Oh.
It's not like just something that's static, you know?
Sure.
So thank you for doing that, Tom. It's $800 per shit.
Per shit. Get out.
$1,600 that's going to cost me.
Why?
Because it takes him
we
40
did one
hours.
shit. But we did one shit.
Yeah.
So why is it going to be $1,600?
Because it takes him hours and hours and hours.
So it's going to be two shit. You get charged for two shits?
Mm-hmm.
You just said one shit is $800.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you getting charged $1,600?
You shit, I shit.
You shit, I caught it with my ass.
You know what? That's going to save me some money. Or in my head, you were shitting on me.
No.
That's why I said that doesn't feel as good when it's happening the other way around.
I think it's going to save you a lot of money, and I'll tell you why. Because when you shit on somebody, it has to go all over them, and he's animating all the shits on him. Just have it go right in.
That's going to be a lot easier.
Have it go right in.
But it can't all go right in.
No, of course not. In the beginning, it got me, and I was kind of trying to get it on my mouth. I was trying to catch it with my mouth, to be honest.
Yes.
So you could save some money catching it in my mouth, and then it got full, and then I caught it with my stuff. Yeah. And then so
how is it getting in there? Do you have a vacuum that's like
you know how like
it's a gaping asshole? We can have it come up.
You know how Doctor Strange does the fucking thing and the circle happens and you walk through the portal? That's what my anus
That's
did.
your superhero power.
That
I know it's funny.
Connections. I just connected that with the Doctor Strange thing.
I connected
and
it.
when I saw
I connected it.
I did the Doctor Strange thing though, so don't take that from me.
Yeah, you said the Doctor Strange. You said two unrelated things.
Okay.
And my superpower connected them.
Okay. So I said the Doctor Strange thing, and then you said that's your superpower. But I was already saying the Doctor Strange thing, and he's obviously a superhero.
That's not what you were doing.
What?
That's not what you're doing.
How could you say that?
Cut back.
No. I was going to do it in my ass, and then Doctor Strange with the fucking circle like this.
Doctor Strange. God, I love that movie. Man, I wish there was some sort of connection or callback that I could make to make this joke work. I just can't think of it. It must not exist. No one can find a connection.
Trust me, dude, I made the connection.
Okay,
yeah. I'm not even really necessarily into the Marvel movies, but I've seen them all. How about that?
Okay.
I've seen them all. I've seen them all except, wait, hold on. The one with the girl who got mad at the guy who asked for her number in the airport security. What's her name?
Miss Marvel?
Brie Larson? Whatever that movie is.
Is that a movie or is that what happened in real life?
No, that happened in real life.
I don't know about that. I don't like to gossip.
She said it.
It's not for me to say.
It's for her to say she said it.
Then let her say it.
So she said it.
Maybe she did, maybe she didn't.
No, but she did though. She actually wrote it and put it on Twitter and said it.
Who's to say?
Her. So, and then she said, hey, a guy, this is what it's like living in fear. A security guy in the airport asked me for my number.
If she told me, I'd listen.
Why? Okay, so it's on social media, but that's fine. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was a while ago, and then she was Captain and Super Marvel or whatever the fuck it is, and then
I think it is about being liked.
cut her hair. Yeah,
Maybe that's my journey.
It is. No, it is. But what? So what are you saying though? It's about being liked. That's your goal, is to be liked.
No,
because you're not going to be liked by everybody, obviously.
No. Well, yeah, I know.
No.
No, it's not that it's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
It's that it needs to be considered, and because being liked isn't. There's layers to it. Being liked isn't just about proving to myself that I have value. Being liked is also giving people space to enjoy your company so they're feeling better. And so things are not just like, my priority was laughing and having a good time.
Yeah.
And it still blows my mind,
Mm-hmm.
but I have learned that this isn't other people's priority.
Right.
I actually would like to plug, because next week I have a video coming out. I am phenomenal. We'll cut to a clip.
Because I think Rick Glassman has this great photo of him playing against LeBron James in high school, which is just an insane thing.
Now, I heard he's really good.
Rick's really good.
Somebody told me that like he was, I think, playing a pickup game with someone, like somebody in entertainment, and they're like, hey man, like you got to dial it back a little bit.
Hit that, Baldy. Catch the fucking ball, dude.
You're not aware of how other people perceive you.
What are you talking about? Good take, you idiot. What? Are you not entertained?
Got it! Let's go! Are you fucking nuts?
I am phenomenal. I got big balls. I got a cool guy haircut.
I love that though.
So Bill Lawrence.
Oh, you already did that. That was the thing. You don't have to talk about it anymore. That was the thing.
Right. They just saw it.
Okay, cool. Because when does this come out? I'm on tour, so go to chrisdelia.com. I'm going to be near your city.
This comes out Monday.
This comes out this Monday.
Tuesday on YouTube.
Okay, so I'll be in Dallas, Wichita, Savannah, Atlanta. I'm fucking, you know what I mean? Like, go to chrisdelia.com, Washington, D.C. It's crazy, dude. Bonkers. And listen to my podcast. Congratulations.
We'll cut to a clip.
And we're back.
Bill Lawrence, who I think might be coming to our show at the Improv tonight.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Love Bill.
And Adam Ezekiel.
Love Adam.
There. I was kicked out of his basketball game.
Oh, yeah. I heard about this.
Yeah.
Wait. So, all right. So what happened?
I've talked about it on here.
Okay,
if you want, I'll tell you later. I won't
tell me later. But I kind of know the gist.
But the small version is he kicked me out because I'm too much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some people thought I was, and they're wrong, but they thought it, and that's valid.
Isn't it interesting though, right? That is interesting. That's very interesting to me because you're going about your day, having a good time, and you are, let me tell you, I know this dude. You're a great guy.
Thank you.
You really are. You're a great guy. You come from a great family, and other people were receiving you as, oh, fuck, he's coming or something, whatever it is. I don't know. It's insane that's both of that is reality.
That's
you know
what I
I'm
was
talking
saying about being liked and what you have to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Versus people don't want what you have to offer. And I might be offering this because it's my identity. It's what I think I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
And to me, to be liked meant to win and to play and not have to sit and wait a game.
Oh.
And to show up and be as aggressive as you can because that's how you win. And to be aggressive in the way that I am, talking the kind of shit that I talk because I like to get in people's heads.
Right.
And that's also what amps me up, which makes me play better.
And
all
you
of these
saw
things.
the Bulls documentary and you were like, took it too seriously probably.
This was before then.
Good thing.
But it's very similar. I'm not as tall as Michael Jordan, but but there's a lot of similar, like I just get to the hoop very quick. I finish strong.
Fine.
Bill wrote me an email
you both smoke cigars.
Bill wrote me an email, funny stuff, that said...
Don't ever fucking do that, dude. Don't ever fucking say funny stuff to me like that.
Well, what am I supposed to do when somebody says something that I know they're making a joke, but it's a throwaway? I have to acknowledge it. Should I just go, and then go on?
No.
Do I ignore it?
You know what? Go like this.
Well, that's what funny stuff is. Really.
I know.
But do you know what I'm talking about?
I get it. Bro, what are you doing to me? You know what I mean?
What do you do in that situation? If I go, go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, nice water. Where'd you get that bottle from? You fucking dips shit.
fucking, all right.
Yeah, right?
That's what I do. But that's better. It's more respectful.
Okay.
And we leave it at that. Arabian Nights! Arabian Nights!
Funny. So
fuck you.
So some of the guys don't like to play with you, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to talk about it now. Okay. They're just wanting to have a good time. And I'm like swearing and yelling and doing jokes and blah, blah, blah. But
you have your puppet.
I have my puppet. Funny. So the video that's coming out now next week.
Okay, I am phenomenal.
Is a video I made 3 years ago, and then I made the ending a month ago because I made it because I was writing something. I didn't plan on showing it to anybody.
Okay.
I put it aside, and then my editor and I are watching. It's like, this is really funny.
Oh, good.
I mean, I didn't finish it. So I made something, I kind of Frankenstein this thing together. It's really funny though. But it's about this guy who is phenomenal and charismatic and everyone loves him. And then he gets kicked out of the game and finds out not only is he not the first one picked, he's the last one and people don't even want him to come. And,
got it.
But what the fuck are you talking about? And what are you talking about? But this JonMichael plays Bill, and the script is the email that Bill wrote me. Like you said.
Oh, you told me about this or something.
Years ago.
Yeah.
But there's a line that you said, like, I don't think you know how people receive you.
Oh, wow, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's nice to know I'm consistent.
And that was the truth, which is, even though I disagree with how you're receiving me, you are receiving me that way.
Yeah. It's almost it's not for you to say, really. You own 50% of you because other people have the other 50%. It sucks.
But that's why being liked in my head, at least the way I'm defining it, is so important, because I obviously was missing this thing, because I always thought if I like me, you like me. I'm phenomenal. So everyone thinks that about me.
Yeah.
And then I found out that isn't the case, which put me into a big depression for a while, because like, what are you talking about?
Right.
But I wanted to plug that video.
It is interesting though. It is interesting. Yeah. And I'd also I think that people just don't have the capacity. A lot of people don't have the capacity or the time or the want to be like, to getting to know people. So they're like, okay, that guy annoys me, I'm done. But like when I met you, I liked you instantly. And then I realized how much you could be like a lot. And then I was like, oh man, that's a lot. And but I
get
still,
that with so many of my relationships.
But I still liked you. I never didn't like you, ever. There has never been a day where I'm like, fuck Rick, you know? Always liked you.
Funny.
And I've always been like, yeah, he's a lot. But it feels like since we're friends, I am open. I want to look past that and know you. You know what I mean? I don't just want to know what you put out there, right? Which is how somebody might receive you. So it's more important than that. But I feel like a lot of people you meet, they're just not going to give, not you, but anybody that much time and respect. But that's why it's cool to be a real friend with someone.
My show, as we see it, and I said this on a press thing that we did. Some of these characters, when you meet them at the beginning, in the first episode, you may be turned off by them, and like, I don't.
Yeah.
But you watch a show, so you keep watching it, and then you realize why, and you start to care about these people.
Sure.
And the luxury of a television show that's meant to entertain versus real life. A lot of times when you meet somebody in episode 1, you're not going to meet them again, and you're not going to get to know them.
Why? What do you mean?
Because like you said, if you meet somebody that turns you off
in real life,
yes.
And
that's both a bummer, but also the reality. Do you think that you at least were, if not are, that way, where people meet you and you're either funny Chris and then they really want to be more, or you're cold Chris and they're like, fuck that guy?
I was a lot like that. Yes, I was a lot like that.
Were you aware of that?
I was, yes, I was, but also half aware. It was like I was sleepwalking in a way. It was like I'm going to be funny, and if I want to be funny, then that's good. If I don't, then that's okay. I don't owe these motherfuckers anything. And that goes back to me resenting people because liking me because I am a comedian.
Would you put that on the tray? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry. But it's brown, though, you said.
You're right.
Okay, so can you go back and say maybe not everything that's brown?
I made a mistake.
Okay.
And I'm now correcting it.
Okay.
See, like this. Why are you being like that?
Because I don't want that to be something that I did wrong.
Even your
Arabian Nights. But what?
Even your jokes.
I did it out here. You don't have to do
It
that.
did. It peaked.
No, it did peak, but that's not my fault, is it? Because I did like this, so you should have the popper. And I'm not wrong again. I'm not wrong, and I'm not wrong.
How much do you think of your inspiration for comedy is about you being right? And you being
It's
on
a
top?
lot. It's a lot because you have to convince people why you're right about something that isn't necessarily right. That's what comedy. I mean, Chris Rock is the best at that. Chris Rock is like, or Bill Burr. He's like, yeah, fucking OJ should have done it. And you're like, what? And then he's like, I'll tell you why. And then by the fucking 10th line, you're like, I guess I got to see what he's saying. You know what I mean?
One of the Brent, one of the funniest character choices that he makes to me are how quickly he'll admit.
Brent Morin.
Put it in the handle here, put it in the thumbnail. How quickly he'll admit for the joke, not in spite of.
Yeah.
He was wrong, and or he made a mistake, and or he something that's self-deprecating, the way he looks or something.
Yes.
Two opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
They're both very, very
great.
funny.
Yeah, they're great.
Yours is I'm always right.
Yeah. I think most, well, no, not most, because a lot of comedians go up with self-deprecating shit. But yeah, I think both are equally funny. I love it when a guy is on stage telling people like they know better. I think it's hilarious. Like the guys who do that are Chris Rock, Bill Burr. You know what I mean? Those guys who do that are fucking hilarious to me.
Confidence is funny. John DeWalt, put his Instagram over here. We have these conversations all the time. Confidence, no matter what the subject matter is, when people are confident, there's something funny about it.
Well, because you want that.
Yes.
And so if somebody I mean, dude, this guy came in this coffee shop I was in once and he was like, oh, dude, I love your stuff. We got to hang out sometime. And I'm just like, why the fuck would I hang out with you, some guy? And it was so funny. And I ended up running into him again and I started hanging out with him. But when he left the fucking coffee shop, he had 4 like drinks on his tray and he goes like, but yeah, we'll hang out sometime. And he goes strictly hetero and kicks the fucking door and leaves. And I was like, oh, I'll never forget that. Like he was just like, don't worry, I don't want to fuck you. And like, it was so funny. And I ran into him again and I saw him a few times and we like hung out. And no, we never fucked. But that confidence of, oh, I want to hang out with this guy. He should hang out with me is like so attractive.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I am phenomenal.
Right.
I mean, that to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
But how much of that is self-fulfilling too? You know?
In what way?
When I'm on stage and I'm feeling funny, I will, no matter what set I want to be doing, I will be confident, Rick. And it is not fake, but it is also a character. When I feel funny, I am confident guy.
Right.
I don't know. I just love confidence.
Because
you can't fake it.
It's not really it's kind of it's you, but it's you. It's a heightened version of you, which is okay. It's still real comedy. You know what I mean?
Do you know Lamorne Morris?
Yeah, I love him. I don't know. I don't know if we've ever met, but like we follow each other online. I like him a lot.
His wheelhouse is confident. He also is successful, so it's easy to pretend.
Right.
But confident, that guy who's just an absolute fool and doesn't realize it.
That's funny.
Yeah. So shout out to Lamorne.
No, I love him.
Is that it?
I mean, I don't know. It might be about Lamorne. We're going to talk about other stuff too. I think he was in New Girl, right? But that was him, right? That was a New Girl?
Yeah.
Or am I racist? Every time I say, oh, that guy's from this, and he's another not white, I'm like, oh, am I racist if it's not the guy?
Racist to not know?
Dude, this is, go ahead, finish. Because I want everyone to be on board. Because I have something
to feel that certain races are less than?
Oh.
Is that what you were thinking? No. Is it racist if like there are some, whatever nationality it might be, that it is harder to tell?
Well, I just think that if you're not the race that you're, I think that it's hard. Like people say all white people look alike, but white people don't say that.
Everybody that doesn't look like somebody I know looks like Brent. Brent is somebody.
He's an everyman. To put it in a different way. I like the way you put it better, but
thank you.
You
know what? You could put the bottle over there.
Can I bring this over there and put the bottle on it? Okay.
What were you going to say?
Okay, so you were saying that. I was talking about on my podcast. Congratulations.
Purple lower third.
It's on Super. It was presented by Supercult Studios.
By what?
Supercult Studios. That's my studios that does it. I have a studio now, and I do it, and I do that, and I do the podcast Lifeline, which is me and my brother. And we've got more to come. Subscribe. And so, I was talking about the movie, The Green Knight, the Green Knight. And then I was talking about how he was also in.
I don't know what the Green Knight is. I'm gonna look it up.
It wasn't that good. It wasn't good, but it was like it's this guy who's in it. And then I was like, he's also in the movie Hereditary.
Oh, my mom says, tell Chris I say hello.
I love your mom. Hello. And they're not the same guy. And I don't even know if they're the same race, but they're both not white.
The green what?
The Green Knight, Knight.
Yeah.
And Green.
And that's T-E?
T-H-E.
T-H-E. That's why I didn't come up.
Yeah, not Green Knight. Anyway, dude, it's not important, but I thought that guy was the guy in Hereditary, and they're both different guys. And people are like, that's racist. And I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? But I'm not racist.
Mm-hmm. Where do you lie on the statement that everybody is racist?
I think that everybody is racist. Like everybody is kind of like it's a sliding scale. Like, you know, it's like everybody's kind of would like
gay.
You wouldn't fuck a guy, but like if you were in prison, how long would it take?
I'll be honest.
8 days.
If there's a place that I am gonna have sex with a guy, it's not gonna be prison. Like that's not the one that's like,
hey, dude. Oh yes, it is.
Well, there's a place that's more than prison then.
Oh, okay, what?
If I were in a situation.
Oh boy. Here we go. Oh boy, Rick at it again.
Whatever, man.
Nah, come on, man.
If there's a situation where I'm younger, probably, because at this point I don't think I'd ever have a three-way this way.
Okay.
But if I'm younger, I'm living in New York. When with another person, now I could say woman, but we're expanding upon that.
Yeah.
But so far, women. It's I have to feel really. I think I have to just feel really connected.
I know that.
And I've talked about it on this podcast, and pardon me if I'm using the term wrong, but ad nauseum.
Okay.
About how it's hard to maintain an erection if I don't like the girl.
I know, you've told me this.
So I don't know how connected I'm going to feel with a woman if she wants to get railed by another guy at the same time.
Railed.
Fucked.
Made love to, but yeah.
Fucked.
Okay.
When it's two guys and one girl.
I make love to the guy. I'm sorry. What? Oh, God, cut it out. Tim. What's his name?
Tim.
Fuck yeah, dude.
No, it's JonMichael and Tom.
He remembers it's JonMichael, so I'm sorry.
I make love to the guy. I make love to the guy. I make love to the guy.
But I think if there were two guys, me, another guy and a girl, I don't know if I would feel like, ew, a dick.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't be like, that's fucking gross. Get that dick out of here.
That would be really weird if that's how you acted.
And
like
I looked at him.
An after school special.
Yeah.
Ew, dude. Get your dick out of here.
And the freeze frame, but maybe you do want it.
That's what I'm saying, but maybe I do want it.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
They say that it's called the Kinsey scale, right?
Right.
Oh,
Is that what it's called?
I think it's the Kinsey.
Yeah.
You know Kinsey?
Did you see the movie Kinsey?
No.
With Liam Neeson?
No.
Dude, it's so funny. There's one scene where he's like, I can jack off really quickly, or whatever the fuck. You know, he doesn't say it like that, but he says whatever it is. And they're like, really? And he's like, yes, watch this. And it just shows a picture. It just shows him like this, and he's doing it off screen, and he just goes, ha, ha.
Really?
Dude, yeah, it's so funny, dude. And I'm like, why watch Taken when he's doing this?
Huh.
I can jack off really quickly.
You do a really
I have
good
a particular set of skills.
You do a really good Van Damme.
Oh yeah.
That son of a bitch.
Did you like that? Have I done it for you? I don't remember. Or just do you know it?
I know. I mean,
I don't remember.
I used to ask you to do it for me all the time.
Right, yeah.
That son of a bitch. I'm going to kick that son of a bitch bison.
Your Van Damme is Street Fighter in particular?
Yeah.
I'm going to kick that son of a bitch in bison's ass so hard that the next bison wannabe is going to feel it.
You know, while we're talking about Van Damme, I'd like to give a plug to...
I forgot I do the Van Damme. That's like the only good impression I can do.
His daughter, Bianca, she started an OnlyFans recently.
She did?
Yeah.
That son of a bitch is going to start in OnlyFans.
So we'll put up a link to her OnlyFans here. I think it's specifically to ask her questions and just feet.
You're going to pay $4.99 a month to see my daughter's feet. That son of a bitch. I have all your emails. I'm going to email you.
You like feet, goblins and boppers, you.
You're gonna love my feet. I'm wearing socks because obviously you'd have to subscribe to see that.
And if you like Take Your Shoes Off podcast, you're gonna love my OnlyFans feed.
It's just a picture of him.
Open the attachment. It's
yeah. with the American flag.
That's got OnlyFans.
that son of a bitch.
Man.
Don't be squirting at my daughter's feet.
I used to have posters of him and Schwarzenegger all over my walls. I loved muscles as a kid.
You kind of still love muscles, though.
Yeah, but like, as I get older, that's what I was saying.
You don't love muscles so
I
much.
still like, I like muscles a lot.
But you don't love them. Worst therapist ever. But you don't love muscles anymore. Interesting.
You got into muscles recently. You started working out. You used to work out as a young guy.
Yeah. I used to work out as a young guy. I gave it a kind of, once I did stand up, I kind of gave up, because I'm like, oh, this is the shit that activates the ladies. And then, man, I realized you could have both, man. You could have both. This is both worlds, baby. But now, I do a little of both.
Anders home.
Love him.
Told me, first season of Workaholics, that he was working out so hard because he wanted to look great and he's on TV. And he said by the second season, he didn't care at all anymore.
Yeah. You don't have to work out is the thing, unless you want to be healthy. But to look good, it doesn't matter as a guy. It just doesn't matter.
Don't you think when you look in the mirror and you look good, it makes you want to eat better and keep doing it?
Yes. It's good for longevity. It's good for, maybe attracting a mate. I mean, but I think that women don't like fit guys because they look good. I think it symbolizes they take care of themselves. And this is a guy with a go-getter attitude. Go-getter, go-getter. You know that song? Sucks for that you don't know it, but it's a song.
Like Andy Kozel.
It's not by Andy Kozel. It's by fucking, what's his name?
Peter Frampton?
Young Jeezy. Big Jeezy.
Oh, he's really good.
No, not, what the fuck's his name?
I think it's just Jeezy now.
Jeezy? Okay.
G-Eazy.
Not G-Eazy. Young Jeezy. Fuck's his name?
G-Eazy.
My mom just texted me. Whoops.
Did she tell you to tell me hello?
No, she doesn't know I'm here though.
I normally don't tell people
Young Jeezy
that somebody says hello.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
I mean, when you're right there though. When you're right
young
there.
Jeezy. It's kind of annoying because then it's like, oh yeah, now I got to text them back. Oh, hey, he says hello too. It's like,
you know what I say when people say tell such and such, I say hello?
Yeah.
Usually I say maybe.
That's good.
Because I might remember. And then if you say tell them hello back, I'll say maybe. I just don't want to have to be carrying around your luggage.
I have something that I do and I forget what it is, and that's alarming. But I already figured this out.
That's what?
Alarming. Dude, I got it. So anyway, you can break into Rick's house and it's fine because it's not gonna.
There's a certain frequency that glass makes.
So fucking boring to say that. Such an idiot doing that.
5 years ago, you were going to play at somewhere in Cleveland, and I texted you.
Yeah.
And I said, I never asked you this before this, and I never asked you this after this. I said, Chris, could I borrow a lot of money?
You did?
No.
Oh.
I said, hey, I'm going to be in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Could I do a spot? And you told me no.
I did?
You told me no. I like this.
Okay.
This reminds me of the email that Bill sent me.
Okay.
I like this, but also, I'll tell you what it is first. I'll tell you how I feel.
Yeah.
You said, Rick, this was Undateable days, I believe.
I remember this now. And I know why I said it. Go ahead.
You told me what you said.
Oh, okay.
Can I hear your memory of what you said?
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, I don't know what I said. I know why I said it.
Go.
Because I thought you didn't do stand up consistently enough to have a fucking act that would be okay to be in front of that many people that was my crowd. That's what I thought.
You said, I know you do stand up consistently enough. In fact, I know you do it more than anybody else. So that's not going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Your superpower happens to be.
Yeah.
You said, I remember we were doing, we used, my favorite part of Undateable, or one of them at least, was when we got to do stand up or crowd work or whatever in front of the live studio audience.
That was cool.
And I remember I did it, and I feel like that was the first time maybe you've ever even seen me perform.
I don't know.
Maybe,
whatever.
But I remember you said that was really funny. And then I asked you, and you said some nice stuff. You said that I'm a genius.
Yeah.
I just think that you're a little bit risky.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take that chance in front of my audience.
I said that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hurt myself during that.
That's okay. I do think all those things. I just don't, and you've been doing it more consistently now because like, I think in a way it was like, in a way, as your friend, like I wanted you to do more stand-up and like, because I thought you could be, dude, I think you are good, but I think that you could be selling out theaters. It's just, you weren't doing it. And that kind of made me, when you asked me to open or do a set, I was like, I want him to fucking do this and I want him to take it seriously. It shouldn't be this easy. So I think there was a little bit of that in me. Just like, why should I give him a shot when he's not doing the work? I was like, it was like a belief in you that was like making me
spinning it.
No, it's the truth.
I don't think what you said was mean. I think that
it wasn't mean. It wasn't mean. It was the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that you. It always bothered me that you didn't go up enough. And that's not for me to say.
I remember going. But
it was like, if you want to do stand up, then do fucking stand up.
I thought my lack of efficiency had less to do with going up enough, which I always went up 3-4 times a week, and more about that I wouldn't work on an act. I would just do.
But that's the same kind of thing, though.
Remember what I was saying earlier about you do stuff, then I don't want to have to put it in the front of my mind. As long as I keep doing stuff, I'll grow in my subconscious. That's what I
spinning it.
That's what I thought I was doing, and I was developing a skill set. I wasn't developing an act.
Right. Yes. And maybe that was selfish of me to think that, oh, you should do it this way. But like,
people always said how I'm supposed to do it,
right?
And I do think that their way is more efficient, but I'm so grateful that I did it my way.
Yeah. And honestly, dude, you know best, I should say, when I saw this podcast was working for you, it gave me such a sense of like joy and I don't want to say pride, but like as your friend, like I was like, oh, fuck, dude, I think he's figuring it out. And like, that made me feel really good for you because some people, look, dude, stand up is very fucking hard, but there's a way to do it. You know what I mean? These people who come out with different specials, they tank, dude. Because
when you say different specials, you mean like, multiple or
no, like
alternative.
Like it's like, okay, I get it, but like there's a way to do stand up. And if you're not going to do that, you're not going to reach this fucking big audience, I don't think. But you doing it this way is now allowing you to do other things too and bring your audience to your stand-up that gets you and understands you already. And that, in a way, it's kind of what I did with my podcast. But I'm more obviously of a traditional stand-up than you are. But like, it just made me happy that you were doing this, dude. This specific fucking podcast.
I'm able to edit. And that doesn't just mean funny effects. It means recontextualizing. We did the joke of your thoughts in your head, but having those devices and being able to show people what I mean as opposed to let them figure it out on their own has taught me a lot. But it's like you can't edit real life, and I do find that to be a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
This has allowed people to accept me, at least the people that choose to watch me, which I think could be exciting. Doing shows where people already. I get what you said about you liked me and then I was, whatever, is what so many comments are all the time. I think they think they're being nice. I couldn't stand this guy, but I really like him now. And like,
yeah, that sucks.
But but if they've never seen me and I go on stage and this is the only time they're going to see me, I don't get that redemption. So I would always try and hit a grand slam because I felt if I don't, then I'm out. But when you said that was, I heard things like that before, but there's certain like inciting incidents in my mind where it's just like, because you saying it, I felt like that makes sense because I think that way about me. I think like when people would ask me to do their shows, I would say to them, just so you know, sometimes I take big swings and miss. And I was like, oh, I think I have to like figure out a way of doing an act. It's very hard.
Yeah, it's really hard, man. I mean, it's kind of like, well, look, I focused on only stand up for fucking 10 years. Only stand up, 12 years. It's like You've been doing it for more than I've been doing. I have, yes, but for the past few years, it's not what I've only been focusing on.
Right.
And I probably fucking 15 years, honestly. But like it's something that, look, it got me success. But what's success? Like is it being a big comedian? Because life is life. Life isn't your career. So now it's like, It's different, you know? And, but yeah, it is hard and you have to fucking focus on only that almost and let your relationships go to the wayside.
If knowing what you know now, feeling what you feel now more specifically, if there's advice that you give yourself about how to live your life, which includes stand-up 10, 15 years ago, would you tell it to yourself? No, what would it be?
Stand-up wise? I mean, I think life-wise.
Life, the perspective of life. Your dad telling you, careful of becoming resentful of people. Because you said you're now more aware of how much you were running away from loneliness, and you have some new tools, but you still are that way.
Right.
So how could somebody in a similar position?
I got into therapy earlier. I think that it's so important. And I think I trusted everyone, dude. I just didn't give a fuck. Like I was like, oh, that person's a good person because I want them to be, and that person's not gonna, you know what I mean?
No.
Me thinking everyone loves me because I do stand up. That's not true. You know? That's not true. That's not why people like me. It's why some people like that I do. Some people like my stand up, but I thought, oh, this is why people like me.
I don't know if what I'm saying is a bad thing to say.
What?
But that's definitely from the beginning. That's why I liked you.
What? Because of my stand up?
Not because of your stand up, but because of how much you made me laugh.
Yeah, but that's different though. That's different because you knew me personally.
Yeah, but I think becoming friends with somebody who's funny is similar to wanting to date somebody who's pretty. It's like, it's not going to be enough, but you're not going to be attracted to somebody if they don't do something.
Yeah.
So I also on my own thing, I do find it hard to connect to the idea. I do get that I don't always have to be funny. In fact, I get how that's counterintuitive and pushes people away.
Yeah.
I just do think it's a big, big characteristic and a point of value.
It is. Yeah, of course it is. But it's not why people are going to feel, I guess, close to you, dude.
Yeah,
and like,
I agree
you know
with
what I
that.
mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's also like fandom has changed now. Like, you know, it's like, remember Harrison Ford? Nobody knew shit about him. He was just the guy. He was Indiana Jones. And
How
now,
could I forget?
But now it's like, if you're not somebody coming up, like the last movie star was like, what, Will Smith, Leonardo DiCaprio? Like Ryan Gosling, that's his name, right? I always fuck his name up.
Good point you're making if that was on purpose. Like,
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Like even Ryan Gosling, he's not there enough to me
But
to
it's
know
like,
his name.
because it's like you need to be on
Zendaya?
social media, right? Yeah. But you need to be on social media. Everyone knows to know everything about you. And that's weird to me. When I first started my podcast, I was like, I want to be an actor too. Like, I don't want, you know,
Right.
But now it's what you have to do.
Yeah, I guess you have experienced something that I haven't in the realm of fandom. Because I think of it more interpersonally.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, look, I love that people, I couldn't be more grateful that people want to watch my shit, man. Like, I love that. And
Now, more?
Always, as time goes on, more and more, because I realize fucking it's, you know, I mean, yeah, people that ride with me now are like, I don't know, it's just, it's important to me. And I love that. But I, you know, and I think that, you know, it's like, it's a tough thing to, it's a tough thing now to balance that. Because like I do meet and greets and shit, you know, and people know me, and I sometimes recognize people as people who write into the podcast or whatever it is, and I genuinely appreciate them. And there's that thing where it's like they're like, "Can I have a hug?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fuck yeah," you know. But it's like, where's that line of, "Hey, bro, we're all gonna go out to have a fucking drink," and it's like, "Oh well, I don't do that," and also like, you could kill me. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, but that's what audiences are expecting now, is that interpersonal relationship. I think
that they get one way.
They get it. They do get it, right? Nobody's Indiana Jones anymore. You know, they're fucking Harrison Ford in his kitchen. This is my 10 best ways to eat breakfast sandwiches, or whatever the fucking YouTube videos are doing. You know,
Chris Pratt was on Smartlist talking about how his character in Jurassic World is very inspired by Indiana Jones and how he is thought to be the modern day Indiana Jones. He is a movie star who is not on stuff.
He's not?
I don't think so.
Is he not? Yeah. I think he's on maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, you can get to that level, but it's hard to get to that level if you're not doing, you know, all the other shit too.
Yeah, I don't love the intimacy, which is also necessary for this craft of podcasting. But I don't love like Betty and I broke up. I haven't talked about it much on the podcast, but like I didn't talk about her for like 5 or 6 episodes. And then so many people are writing and commenting what's going on with Betty and blah, blah. And it's just like, I don't.
It's your personal life, yeah.
And a show, before I talked about it, somebody came up to me and was like, Betty, something's going on. And it just made me less uncomfortable about telling this one person about Betty and more like, when we're in the pocket, it's sometimes, I know we're recording, but I'm just talking to you.
I know, but they also a lot of times they want you to know that they know you better than other people. Like, oh, I know what's up.
But they do.
No. But they want to prove to you that, which is like, you don't have to do that.
On the other end of it, when they come to shows and they want to take pictures with me and they make jokes about, I won't touch you, I'll stand here. It's like, I love that they know that.
Well, of course, yeah. I used to be like, I'm going to be a dick on my podcast. So when people come up to me and they annoy me, I could be like, hey, bro, what the fuck?
That's a brand.
You know what I mean? And they'd be like, oh, dude, he's just being a dick. I was like, wow, I found it. But to me, that's not necessarily, to me, that's the figuring it. I figured it out, but I didn't really figure it out, dude. You can still be a dick, you know, and rub people the wrong way, even though that's your comedy. And I don't like that anymore.
I don't know what I don't want them to know.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know?
I mean, you're finding it, right, as you keep doing the podcast.
Yeah, but then there's 170 episodes of people hearing stuff, knowing stuff about me that I don't even remember.
I know. Dude, people come up to me and they're like, hey, one guy showed me a picture. He was like, bro. And he showed me a picture of one of the guys that like the U.S. apprehended like for 9/11. And it was like a picture of him, like Chemical Ali or whatever the fuck. And he was like.
From Fresh Prince?
No. So that's different.
Put up a picture of Tatiana.
Okay. So, and they were like, bro. And I still don't, to this day, I'm like, did I talk about that? Or was it on the podcast or what the fuck? You just showed me a picture of the dude. I don't know what the fuck it was.
Years ago, I wanted to try doing a podcast before I decided to do guests. And I asked you about it because you do a solo one.
Yeah.
And I tried a few and I never put them out.
I know.
I think I'm going to plug my Patreon. I'm going to start doing solos for Patreon.
Oh, that would be cool.
How do you feel about talking to people as a podcast instead of guests? Do you think you shine better if there isn't somebody to share it with? Because I guess now you do King, Sting, and Wing.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I like to find my people and then fuck around, but I think that I'm best just kind of bullshitting and talking. Yeah, just me. You know, occasionally I'll find somebody like Brian that like we just fucking are so silly together and we love it and people kind of
does that work because he plays submissive to you?
I don't know. Sometimes he doesn't though, you know. Sometimes he's just like, I'm the man, you know. But I guess it is.
It always feels like I've only seen it so much.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But it does feel like him saying that always is like a little boy who's pumping his chest.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and occasionally, and this thing I do with Theo and Eric and Brendan is great. But I do think that like my podcast, just me. Also, like not a lot of people do their solo ones, right? Like I don't.
It's very hard.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
You have Mako, and I don't know if you never say his name because you call him something else. So is it fine? And I realize I would need somebody behind the camera.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I know if they laugh, I'll keep going. If they don't, because I'll get bored with myself.
I've done it just me for sure. Yeah.
Suffers?
Do
you think it suffers compared to having?
No. But there is that. Oh, I have another guy here. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it suffers because I do, dude. As a comedian, like you're just bombing in a room. It's fine. You're bombing. Nobody's laughing. I've done that, and I still think I'm funny. Do you know what I mean? So
do you think it's bombing? Because what you said to me, and the reason I brought it up, and it's not that relevant now, but is aren't you saying like how much stuff could you talk about? And you said I think I talk about the same stuff all the time, and nobody knows.
Yeah, it's all the same shit. It's my attitude, and it's just fun. It's just fun. I'll talk about. Like, and stuff pops in my head and I'll do like 5-6 minutes on it and it's not a well-crafted bit. But people like podcasts more than stand-up now. So it's like.
Where does you doing solo podcasting, where is the common line in craft between you doing stand-up? You doing stand-up and you're trying new stuff. I mean, obviously not bits.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
So could you do a solo podcast on stage?
Yeah.
And film it?
I've thought about it.
It's like not quite as special. It's not quite crowd work.
It would not have as many laughs as a stand-up, but but that's fine. Yeah, you know, I would probably get like there would be minutes where I was just being kind of serious and stuff. But yeah, I think I would go. I've thought about doing that. As a matter of fact, I was going to do it, and then COVID happened. I was going to do congratulations live show for Netflix or something, and then they were doing that festival or something before COVID happened, and then the whole world went to shit, so we didn't do it. But I was going to do that. I was just going to go and fucking be bullshit.
I wanted to do it, but kind of the opposites. Where, and I still think I might. It was a device I want to do here on the podcast in the living room, but also I wanted to do it to bring on stage. I want to have a microphone right here. And if either one of us are talking and we feel like we could do a rant on something, and then we would have we do it in post, but we do a spotlight, and you know we have the little feedback in the microphone, and it's
funny.
And I wanted to do that on stage, do a live show, but live shows are weird, podcasts. But to do it to where the whole thing is just we're talking until it's a setup of something, and then you stand up and you do. But it's to me or to you, you know, and the audience is just there.
That's funny. Yeah, I like that idea. That's good.
Thanks.
You really figured something out, huh?
I didn't ask you this. Will you tell me a little bit about Theo?
You sure? Yeah. What's up? What do you want to know?
I was friends with Theo when we used to play basketball years ago. And then we stopped playing basketball a little bit, and I didn't see him like I didn't see anybody else.
Yeah.
And then he got on his podcast, and started doing really well. And he's so odd. And I'm not saying this, I mean, he's just so odd.
Yeah, he's an odd guy.
And
it's not bad, but
not at all.
I get what you're saying. It's not bad. Yeah.
Brent
I mean, you're odd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brent brings up a lot of times that we saw him at the parlor, and I thought he was so funny. And he got off stage and he said some stuff that is a little shocking. Doesn't matter what it is. And I said to him, and Brent thought it was funny, but I was being sincere. I said, "Oh, this is who you are. You're like this."
Yeah.
He's very much this thing, but he's somebody who is so performative. What's his thing?
Are you asking what he's really like?
Yeah. And why does that? Because you said stand up, talking about, you said you're more traditional, which I also think is another word for mainstream.
Yeah.
And I've thought about this podcast. Everything has a ceiling. Who knows if you ever end up reaching that ceiling or not? But your max potential is the ceiling, right? I don't know if my podcast will ever be able to be a podcast that appeals to that many people because of my oddities. Theo is such an odd guy that appeals to so many people. What is that?
Oh, middle America. A lot of people identify with him as this kind of like Southern kind of, or the Midwest, I think identifies with him too.
So that's not his comedy. That's his.
It's who he is. It's what he looks like. It's yeah. But he's endearing, and he's
very.
So,
but he's very odd to be so.
He's
popular.
very odd. Yeah, he's very odd. But I mean, like, he's funny. You know, so like, if he's funny, and that's what really ultimately moves the needle, right? So like, that's what fills seats. Is but he's funny. You know, he's odd, but he's funny. But odd is good as a comedian, right? So
I think so.
Yeah.
But I also, in my world, it does make it feel like a lot of people are turned off. It's polarizing. People aren't sure about you.
Yeah, but that's how you get really big, is people who aren't sure about you, or people who fucking love you and hate you, you know? But I don't know. I mean, I know him. We talk, and he's a good friend, and he's a great guy, and he's, he is focused a lot on, because he's been on the road and on tour and doing go for so long, that now I think he's taking a little bit of time for himself to figure out him. And I think that's good, because I think that we often don't.
Is that a therapy thing?
With success.
You don't need to tell me his business.
I don't know if he's doing therapy or not.
Is that what yours is?
But for me, yeah, and I think that that's important. That's what I said in the beginning.
I also big proponent of therapy. Eric Griffin doesn't get very high numbers on his Riffin with Griffin, which is one of the few podcasts I listen to.
Yeah.
And he is, to me, one of the funniest comedians in the world,
for sure. Yeah.
And I was wondering how much, once he starts going on that podcast, that is more exposure to people.
It's with Eric. He's so funny, and it'll catch up with him. It's just people just have different timelines.
But isn't that a weird? Because you said he's funny, talking about Theo, and I don't know if I've ever seen Eric actually literally not murder, let alone have I seen him do poorly.
He would go before me. I would bring him on the Crystal Lee and Friends shows, and he would fucking go before me, and I'd be like, okay, I guess I'd have to fucking clean up how fucking, and it was my crowd. And it was like 5 minutes of like, okay, now I got him.
So why is Theo, who, and I use Theo because he is so popular, but also Theo and Eric are on the same podcast. So exposure-wise, it's literally the same audience. Do people not care that Eric's funny? Do people not know because they're watching him not, because his stand-up is different than, I mean, he's funny interpersonally too, but stand-up is a different thing. Do they not know what he's capable of? Do they not care?
I don't know. I think that Eric is one of the best comedians working today.
Same.
I don't know. There's that thing though that people have. Like I think Theo has it, that what the fuck is this guy all about? I don't know if Eric has that or not. I don't know. Eric's been my friend for way longer than Theo, so I don't look at Eric like that or not. But like, I started with Eric, so like, I don't know what it is. Eric is really funny. People see him like, oh, fucking, he's not a theater act, but I just...
What makes a theater act?
Seats.
Oh, theater act is in not selling that many tickets.
Yeah,
not.
I think that it's just one of those things that is, it'll catch up with him because he's just too funny. If he just keeps going, it'll work. He's too funny. He's too interesting and too funny. He's great. And he just gets better, dude. I didn't watch him for like 2 or 3 years, and then I saw him and I was like, oh, wow. He was already funny.
I recommend him to people. It's why I want to do this, because it's like, people will trust me, like told you. Like, you don't understand how good he is. But yeah, I just, and not in the,
he's also mainstream, bro. He's like mainstream. It'll happen. It has to. He's too funny.
Well, we'll put up Eric's dates here.
Yeah. But I just feel like also like Theo is a guy that like 20-somethings like, and I don't think that Eric is. I think that Eric is more of like a 40-year-old kind of crowd.
Really?
And I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think when he was on Workaholics, it was maybe a little different, but Eric's growing into himself, who he should be. Theo, you got it. You get it. You know what I mean?
Well, Theo is quite literally a character, and he is that character on stage. It's who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric is, I feel like, and I wouldn't know because I only know me that I do know them, but I feel like if I were to see Eric on stage, I'd be like, I know who this guy is. When I say Theo, there is a bit of mystery. And is the mystery what draws people in, or is that just an unrelated thing?
Yeah, I think sometimes, yeah.
Should I be more mysterious?
Yeah, I mean, get a big collar and shit, and just
a big collar.
Do like this, jokes with like this, and then have your puppet do it.
Yeah, all right. Well, shout out to Eric.
Yeah,
and
Theo.
And Theo, of course. Yeah. I want to have Eric be able to post stand-up clips on your guys' podcast.
He does.
Does he?
Oh, wait, on what podcast? Oh, stand-up clips?
Yeah. Do you guys ever do that?
Dates though, we say like he's going to be here and there.
Will you put up a clip of his stand-up
on what?
King Sing Wing.
I mean, sure, but I think that it's not. I don't think that's a good idea because I think people watch it to be a podcast. They're like, what the fuck's this? Time and a place, you know.
I want to end.
It's like when somebody's like, "Will you promote my show on your Instagram stories?" Like, no, okay, but nobody's going to go see you because I post about it.
So when you plugged your podcasts and podcast studios so many times on this, it's because this is a podcast.
Yes, correct.
I want to end this episode from the Improv tonight.
Okay.
Anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to be on. I'm going to be in Dallas. I'm going to be in
Savannah,
Wichita, Savannah. I'm going to be in Boston. Where's the fucking... Go to chrisleah.com for all the dates. Washington, D.C. and Atlanta. I always forget those. Those are in like 4 weeks. So get your tickets. They're selling out. Atlanta's almost sold out. So is Washington.
I did a Rick Glassman and Friends show, and I talked to you about it, and what the ticket numbers were, and you told me because Wednesdays are harder, and blah, blah, blah. And it was awesome. It did really well.
Yeah.
It's insane. But you told me how difficult it is to sell tickets.
Oh, it's so
and
fucking
I never
hard.
thought about that before because I thought, well, once people want to see you, it's not difficult to sell tickets anymore. They want how many people want to see you, and then that's the end of the work.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still pushing, and you need to tell people tickets.
Yeah, I mean, or you might as well. I mean, why wouldn't I? Come see me. I'm here. Right?
Yeah, maybe I'll edit this out because this is maybe a boring thing. But what do I do now? I never promote on here.
You don't believe in yourself. You don't think that you're funny enough?
Maybe I'm not good enough.
Nah, shut up, bro.
I'm too.
Let them decide. You're not going to be good enough.
I'm too weird.
Come on, Rick.
I'm too weird, and I do the silliest things.
Come on, Rick.
Maybe I'm not good enough for this. Maybe I shouldn't be doing stand-up. I don't know.
No, Rick.
What do you guys think?
No.
Rick.
Scoop.
No, but we have fun. We really do.
Scoop D. Oh yeah.
That was great, Ricky.